Hi folks, are you tired of merging data that doesn't quite line up perfectly? What if I told you there is a magical command in pandas that can merge your data based on the closest match? Introducing merge underscore as of command. And trust me, by the end of this video, you will wonder how you ever lived without knowing about it. So let's dive right into it. Imagine this. You are working with stock prices and trade events. The stock prices update every 5 minutes, but trade events can happen anytime. You want to know the stock prices at the time of each trade. Sounds tricky, right? Not with merge underscore as of command. Let me show you how it works. So here we have the stock prices data frame, and we have like the different timestamp at which like the stock prices have been recorded, and the stock prices column has been converted into datetime column. Similarly, we have like the trade events data frame where like at different timestamp we have the units of volume units of trade that has been taken place. Similarly, we have converted the trade events column into datetime column. We will press shift enter to execute that particular cell. Then we'll go to the next cell. So we can see the stock prices data frame. So the stock prices in the stock prices data frame, we see like a different timestamp. What are the stock prices associated with it? So we can see like at on 24th November 2024 in 9:30 a.m. There is the stock price is like around $150. Similarly, at 9 hours 35 minutes, the stock price is $152 and so on and so forth. Similarly, in the trade events data frame, we can see at different timestamp what are the units traded. So on the same day of 24th November 2024, in 9 hours 31 minute, we see like 200 units have been traded. In 9 hours 36 minute, we see like 350 units have been traded. Um, so what we want to do next is like we want to associate the stock price at or just before each trade event. So basically, what we can say like what what is the nearest stock price corresponding to this particular timestamp. So basically, what this merge as of command will do is like it will look for the stock price which is very close to this particular time frame. So if you see this is like 9 hours 31 minute. So we have like two stock prices close to it. One is like at 9 hours 30 minute and one is like at 9 hours 35 minute. But 9 hours 30 minute is like closest to it. So when we write a pd dot merge s of and we merge the trade events with like the stock prices and we do it on timestamp column, basically it will merge on timestamp column and the direction we are giving it as nearest. Uh, so what happens is like when the direction we give it nearest, it will look for the uh, it will look for like when a particular amount of unit has been traded at that particular time, what is the nearest stock prices. So basically it will look for from 9 hours 31 minutes, it will go to this particular data frame and it will look like which one is close. Is it like 9 hours 30 minutes is close to this time or 9 hours 35 minutes is close to this time? And whichever is close, it will pick up that particular stock price. So if you see after this merging, uh, at the time of like 9 hours 31 minutes, 200 units of volume has been traded. And the stock price corresponding to it is like 150, which we saw earlier. Uh, and similarly so on and so forth, like for example at 9 hour 36 minute 350 units have been traded, and what is the stock price corresponding to it, so it will look for the time which is close to 9 hour 36 minutes in the stock prices data frame. So basically 9 hours 35 minutes is closest time. So 152 is the stock price, $152. So 152 has been filled in over here, and so on and so forth for the third timestamp that we have. So would like to give you some tips over here. Whenever you are within a particular function like pd.merges of, do a shift tab, and we can see all the help menu of the parameters. What are the different parameters? So as you can see over here, it says this is similar to a left join, except that we match on nearest key rather than equal keys. So always in pandas merge, what we have is we have like inner join, left join, right join, and different other kind of joins. But here it's only left join. So the first data frame that you pass is the data frame on whose all the records will be considered, and the nearest match of that particular data frame will be looked for. So if you see in this particular case, all the records of traded events have been uh, recorded in the timestamp column, and their corresponding trade volume and stock prices is being calculated. Uh, Next, I would like to say like on is basically, if you see, yeah, if you see like we have, yeah, left data frame, right data frame. On is basically the field name to join on. Uh, There are many other parameters over here, but the main ones that I just want to show you is like uh, the direction. The direction parameter, it says like backward is the default direction, then comes forward or nearest, whichever you will pass, it will do accordingly. So if you pass like backward parameter, or if you don't pass any parameter, it will by default do a backward search and look for the backward uh, time which is close to it, and it will look for the prior time. If you do a forward, it will look for the subsequent time. After 9 hours 31st minute, it will look for the next time of the stock prices, and will look into it. We will look all this example, and nearest is what we saw just now. Okay. uh, Next what will do is, yeah, next what we'll do is like when we pass a backward as one of the direction. So what it does is basically it will go back from 9 hours 31 minute. It will go back. So 9 hours 31 minute, 9 hours 30 minute is close. Not close, like in backward direction, 9 hour 30 minutes comes first. So the corresponding stock price of 150 will be picked up. And similarly, when it's 9 hour 44 minute when we are passing, the trade volume is 500, but 9 hours 44 minutes, the trade volume is 500. But if we go back, and it will catch like this 9 hour 40 minutes timestamp, and the corresponding stock price is $151. So it will pick that one up, and it will put it over here, 151 stock price. Similarly, uh, now we will look into a new parameter, which is basically like the tolerance parameter. So what tolerance parameter says is basically, let's look into the documentation. Tolerance. Okay. So select as of tolerance within this range must be compatible within merge index. So when we pass a tolerance of like 3 minutes, it says like the maximum time difference allowed is 3 minutes. So, so what we see over here is like when we do a backward direction and we join the trade events with the stock prices. So from 9 hours 31 minutes, it will look backward. I will just copy this too for the sake of simplicity. And trade events, the shortcut to copy a particular cell is Control C or like C, and wherever you want to paste it, just press V. So yeah, we have like the stock prices and trade events data frame over here. And yeah, we were discussing about this tolerance parameter. So when we pass a tolerance time of like 3 minutes, it says like the maximum time difference allowed is 3 minutes. Now when we are joining like the trade events with the stock prices on the timestamp column, and we are seeing like the direction is backward. So what it does is like from the trade events data frame, it will pick a time frame of like say 9 hours 31 minutes, and it will go back and will look for the stock price which is within the 3 minutes from 9 hours 31 minutes. So 9 hour 30 minutes come within that 3-minute tolerance. So 150 is being picked up and is put over here. But say like we will look for like this 9 hour 44-minute use case. So what it does is like it will pick up this particular timestamp 9 hour 44 minutes. The corresponding traded volume is 500, which is 500. Then it will go back from 9 hour 44 minutes in the stock prices data frame, the in the backward direction, and it will catch like this particular 9 hour 40 minutes. But 9 hour 40 minutes, the difference between 9 hour 40 minutes and 9 hour 44 minutes is like 4 minutes, which is more than the threshold limit of 3 minutes that we have passed. So it will not catch the stock price of $151, and it will return nan value. So it says basically there are no stock prices which falls in the uh, threshold of like 3 minutes when going back from this particular timestamp. And that's how like this tolerance parameter work. Similarly, we have another parameter known as forward direction. So forward direction, as the name says, it will look for after like 9 hour 31 minutes, it will look in the next direction of the stock prices, and we see like 9 hour 35 minutes is there. The stock prices is like $152. It will pick that one and it will put it over there. So in forward direction, it will do the search. Uh, we saw like in the backward direction, in the forward direction, and in the closest proximity, whatever stock prices are present, we can pick it using the direction parameter. And we also saw how like this tolerance parameter works.
So if this tutorial saved you hours of frustration, give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more pandas tips and tricks that makes you a data science rockstar. Got any questions or ideas? Feel free to drop them in the comment section. Until next time, happy coding.